Starting at 333 on February 1st, 2026. Happy Black History Month. We are celebrating 100 years of Black history, so let's clap it up for that one right there, right? And also, we have a full moon in Leo. So, guys, we're going to have to prepare ourselves, right, in the most activist type of way, right? When I say activist, I mean being action oriented and standing up for what is right, not only for yourself, but for the people around you, for your community, for your city, for your state, and for your country. Now, before we get into the Starseed navigational journey, right, of all the astral things that are happening in the universe and what's happening here on Earth and in a collective energy, I want to say thank you to everyone who just appreciates, loves, comments, and engages with any kind of post that I make regarding this, right? Anytime we have a full moon or a new moon, I'm on it. I love to talk about it. And anytime there's a astrological shift or astronomical shift, I love to really touch base on it and see how it affects the collective energy. And also, I think it's really informative to know certain things that are happening within our galaxies, within our ecosystems, our atmospheres, right? So, once again, thank you so much for everyone that engages on this, and let's continue the journey. So, we have a full moon in Leo today on February 1st, 2026. First, let's start with the numerology sequence, right? We have our February 1st, right? February is the second month of the year. So that's 2 plus the first day of the month plus 2026. So that's 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6. That equals up to 13. But we don't ever want to keep it at a double digit. We like to break it down to a singular number. 1 plus 3 is 4. So our key number of the day and moving forward for this full moon until we hit the new moon cycle is the number 4. 4 stands for stability, structure, connectivity, home. Our sun is in Aquarius currently. It's Aquarius season. Happy birthday to all the Aquariuses. I see y'all. Y'all be so innovative, so rebellious, so like no one can tell you what to do because I mean at some point like you tell yourself what to do, but sometimes you don't even listen to yourself when you tell yourself what to do because you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna go with the flow, right? Aquarius energy really does give. If it doesn't sit right in my energy, if it doesn't sit right in my conscious mindset, then I won't do it. But I have no problem rerouting and doing something else that's more aligned, right? So we're seeing that with Aquarius energy this season. And it's also technological advancements, right? So let's go over ruling planets. We have Uranus, which is the modern ruling planet for Aquarius, which involves innovation, rebellion, and forward thinking. Then we have the traditional ruler, which is Saturn. Saturn is the traditional ruler of structure, right? The number 4. Now, with the moon being in Leo, Leo's ruling planet is the sun. So it's so interesting to see that the sign that the moon is in is also embodied by the sun, right? Now with the sun, our ruling planet, the sun, well, the sun is also a huge star. It's like a huge energetic ball of just goodness gracious, right? This represents life force and vitality. It's the ego, it's self expression, it's how we view ourselves, and it's also how we express our conscious mind. Now, as this affects the collective energy, I really want to note that this is the age of Aquarius. And if the sun is in Aquarius, this is such a time in our lives where we're going to see more innovative, rebellious people coming forward, right? A lot of forward thinkers as well, people who want to see longevity into the countries, into the states, into the community's lives, right? And going back to longevity, we can talk about the structure of systems, the structure of our foundations, whether it be how we see money, whether it be how we see self-care, whether it be how we see relationships, right? This is like the basis of everything that's happening. It's about, is this a proper foundation to build upon for the future? Connect that to the moon in Leo, which Leo highlights the self-conscious mind, right? And this is an emotional thing, right? With Leo's with the moon energy, it's very emotional. It's not like up and down mood swings. No, it's emotional because it comes from the heart center. And when it comes from the heart center, it's saying, you know what, I'm gonna align my heart and my mind, right? The moon and the sun, right? And once again, Leo's ruling planet is the sun. I'm going to align my moon and my sun to match up with what I see for my future. Now, if something does not align with helping me gain that future, it has to change. Notice we're not changing our moon and our sun. We're not changing what our heart and our mind aligns to. We're changing the circumstances around us. So, this is that time, this is that period where you're going to start seeing people saying, you know what? We don't have to shift and adjust to the system's structure. The system's structure has to shift and adjust to us, because we, the people, have the right to live a life of liberty and the pursuit of happiness, right? We have our rights. We have our due diligence to enforcing those rights as well. And it comes to this era in time and this collective energy moving through February up until the next new moon cycle, right? You're gonna start to see a lot more people having conviction. I'm getting that word conviction, major conviction, cojones. I'm hearing cajon, like I'm feeling cojones energy right now, major big cojones, right? And it's in such the humbling, the most humbling way, right? Because with Leo can tend to get a bit egotistical. You don't ever want to be too egotistical for your heart. You want to make sure you find a humbling place where it's like, I know the knowledge I know. I know how to speak out the knowledge that I know. I know how to express and get across what it is I'm seeking for my life force, for the vitality of my connections, and for the vitality of my finances, for the vitality of my love for self, right? For my health. It's like being able to tune in directly on what it is you want without feeling as if you are the ruler over others or the structures or the systems, right? Because there is no true ruler of those structures. It's a collective conscious mindset of yes, we agree, or yes, we don't agree. Now, y'all, 100 years of Black History Month, let's do some numerology because it started 1926 as Negro History Week, right? So let's break down 1 plus 9 plus 2 plus 6. This breaks down all the way to a 9. Now, 2026, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6 breaks down to a 10. But we don't want no double numbers, right? 10 is completion, but it also breaks down to a 1, which is new beginnings. This year, we're going to see a new shift in the collective mindset, in the conscious mindset of African Americans, right? Who have lived in America for so long. But we're also going to see a shift in how people have worked together and viewed African Americans, right? This is just my hypothesis. This is my, I guess, prediction in a sense, right? We're going to see more innovative Black historians, right? Ooh, Black activists rise up and get the recognition that they deserve. And we're going to see so many people standing behind that, standing side by side with that, hand in hand. Doesn't matter the color you are, doesn't matter what background you come from, but it's like recognizing, oh, Black History Month is more than just a color. It's invoking and really standing up for the rights of being a human, the rights of being. It's Sunday. Sunday is associated with the sun. So let's clock that T once again. Things are illuminated. Now, I checked out the Schumann resonance, and there's a lot of activity that's happening between the hours of 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. So be on the lookout if you've got any kind of downloads, intuitive nudges, or maybe even set a goal. Maybe you even allowed yourself to rest, right? It's going to be a lot of energetic release, but also it can also feel like a pressure. As the solar flares persist, they are rising in their activity and strength. We are seeing some high leveled M solar flares, so there may be a bit of radio blackouts. There's a lot of energetic wind and solar wind that is being tossed towards the earth, which is causing geomagnetic storms. Geomagnetic storms interfere with our telecommunications, right? It also interferes with the weather as well. So we may see a bit more of weather anomalies. Let me look at the coronal holes. Not too many coronal holes, so I don't even feel the need to share that image. But if you guys ever want to check out what I post on my videos, it's the Schumann Resonance. You can find that in the App Store. And then there's the spaceweather.com, right? You can find that also in the App Store. Overall, y'all, please stay hydrated, show yourself some extra love, set some goals, and also reflect on the things that you've recently released, because it is a major release of a lot of different foundational beliefs and relational beliefs. So make sure you're taking the time to give yourself that proper TLC. And till next time, y'all, Peace. Y'all see Diva.